Hi everyone, it's Katie here at Decadent Beauty. So step 2 in my makeup regime is normally my eyes. It doesn't matter which way around you do it, you can flip between videos, but I'm going to go in with my eyes. So the first thing I've already done is this little baby here. I've already used a little bit of my lip eye base. This is the old style one and we have a new style one which I'm yet to try. But I do love this. So what this does is it acts like a primer. So you can just use a little bit excess primer that you've used on your base face. But this is great because it allows your eyeshadow to just pop that bit more. It helps to stop any creasing in your makeup as well. So I've popped a little bit of this and I've just dabbed it across my lids. And it sort of dries to a smooth, powdery finish, I guess. My next step is, now I love my eyeshadow but I really want to keep it simple, so my next step I'm going to show you, in here I've gone for some real basic colours. We've got some neutral colours which I use all over my eyelids from top to bottom. The next shade down here I use just on my lid, and then I have a choice between 3 crease colours. So let me show you what brushes I'm using next. You can get your brushes from anywhere. You can invest in a little bit more expensive brush, or you can go for some cheap brushes from the pound shop, which might not last as long, but it doesn't matter. So these are what I'm using today. Sort of like a colour packer brush here, which I'm going to use first. And I'm going to just make sure I've got this colour here, this nude transition colour, if you like, base colour or transition colour. Basically, you pop in the nude colour on all over because that's going to help highlight your brow bone, but it's also going to give you a powdery finish all over, which is going to help the rest of your eyeshadows to blend with each other. So don't worry if you think, oh, that's an eyeshadow I can't see. It's just going to give you a neutral base tone all over. And you don't have to be very careful at this point. You can go in with a sponge if you want. I don't mind a sponge. If I use a sponge, I prefer it just for the lid for the next step. So step 1 was my base. Step 2 is my transition. Step 3, again, you can go in with either of these or a sponge, but I'm going to go in with my crease brush today. And I'm going to take lavender as my mid colour. Now you could just take it as a mid colour and then finish with eyeliner and mascara, if you like. This needs to be maybe a shade deeper, or just a pop of colour compared to that natural base. And because this is light, I'm also going to take this down to highlight in here. And just fill my brush up. And again, I'm being a bit more careful because I want it to just stay down on the lid, but I'm not going to worry too much. Now when you're done here, you can just empty the brush off or get a clean brush. I'm just emptying it off like this, and then I'm just going to soften it so there's no lines. And there you go. You could always leave it at that if you really wanted to. Oh, I didn't turn my light on. There you go. So next step, crease brush, or you could take an angled brush as well if you wanted. And I'm going to go in, let's go really soft and natural, and I'm going to go in with Dusk, because I can always build on top of that. And I'm going to just look straight ahead, and I'm looking at this natural crease, but I want to keep it on the top half of the crease. Can you see? So now I can just take that brush. Now, getting the right shape brush, I used to think it was just an upsell spending more money on brushes. And one day I finally invested in a crease brush, and it really does make a difference. Using the right tools for the job makes life so much easier and quicker. Because where there's a will, there's a way. You can use an angled brush and some other brushes to blend out if you want to do that. There you go, look at that. But just getting the right shape brush for the job does make a difference. So we just go back in this side, and all I'm doing is I'm going back and forth. Don't stop too soon. Start on the outer third and then start to bring it in, and then once I've done that, I'm bringing it up and out. And again, you can empty the brush off, or you can go back to that first brush which has got the lighter colours, and you can just blend, because you don't want a line here. So as much as I normally like to go a bit heavier with colour and depth. For today's video, I'll leave it there, and let's finish off with a little bit of eyeliner in, again, a fairly natural colour. So I'm going to go in with this coffee pencil here, which is great natural colour, and actually I can use this on my brows, but I won't today because I do have my brow brush. Let's get my mirror and just very gently. Now I have already got a little bit of warm brown mascara on because I did the school run this morning. And so can you see I just took maybe up to about halfway, and I've kept it really close to my lash line. And because I've only got one hand to work with right now, I'm doing small dashes, which if you're a bit nervous is a great way of doing it. I'm just taking it probably 1/3 under here. And then again, if you've got a stiff brush at this point, a clean stiff angle brush, or maybe your, let's do this in here because it's a lot easier. So this is me doing it with 2 hands, coming halfway. Okay, keep it, and I'm wiggling it into my lashes because you don't want a strange line there. So there you go, just a little bit to thicken up those lashes. That's why we do eyeliner at the end of the day. And I'm just going to take a little old stiff brush, and you can just soften it off. This is great if you're using a deeper, darker colour as well, or if you feel a bit nervous and you've got a bit wobbly, don't worry, because you can just soften it up with a stiff brush, clean stiff brush underneath, right? Okay, you can also take that excess colour of the crease brush when you had the deep colour, and you can pop that under there if you want. So that's that. The next thing to do with my eyes is I'm going to go in for my eyebrows. Everybody needs eyebrows. It really helps to define the face, finish off the look. And a lot of people panic, and I will probably go off and do another tutorial at some point on brows. But just for this look here, I'm just going to show you quickly with a pencil. Bring it round, and don't worry if you make a mistake, because you can brush the mistake off. I've pretty much just done 3 lines, and all I'm going to do for this soft natural look, I'm not too fussy, is just blend up and out. So I don't know how much difference you can see. I'm doing 1 line there, 1 line out, 1 line on top. You can do a bit of filling if you've got any bald spots, if you've over plucked like I did the other week, and then you're just going to blend it up and out. Easy peasy. So I'm going to go off and do an extra coat mascara, but I hope that helps, and if you've got any questions, please feel to drop me a message. Have a great day. Bye for now.